Hello, my name is Larry Martin and I'm a solutions consultant with Beyond 20. Today I'm going to show you one of the coolest new features, in my opinion, that Cherwell has introduced in a while. And what I'm referring to here is the foreign key support that they've added. Now, in the past, if you wanted to do something like have a department liaison, someone who all of your customers, that is the person that helps run interference for them, or maybe submits tickets for them, or has some kind of approval. They're an intermediary between IT and the customer. Well, in the past, if you had department liaisons and you needed to, say, update a department liaison because someone moved out of the role, you might have to do an automation process that would say, anytime the liaison on the department table or in whatever table you held that in, anytime that value changed, you'd have to run an automation process that would then step through every customer record that had the department liaison on it and update them to reflect the new liaison. Now, this isn't necessarily the best way to manage this, or the only way to manage it, but it shows what I'm going to show about foreign keys very well. So let me show you what I've got here. As you can see, I've got a couple of departments here, and this department is called Accounting 2. Now, some of these customers have a liaison name listed in there because I went into a blueprint and I set it so that when the department name changes, we're going to auto-populate the liaison from the department table. These were accounting users who I have not went in and actually changed their department to then select accounting to enable the auto population. So this is just out of the box. But the cool thing is, you notice that these are Accounting 2, whether they have the liaison or not. And that's because I set up this foreign key between the department name on the department table and the customer record, in addition to the department liaison. That way, if we need to change our department names for any reason, and maybe the liaison stays the same or changes, then we can also update our department names. So let's go look at this real quickly. We'll go into Table Management. We're going to take Accounting 2, and we're simply going to rename it Accounting. And we'll save that. Now, when I come back over here to my customer records, and I search on all customers, look at that. Every one of them is renamed Accounting again. I didn't have to do an automation process. I didn't have to run a one-step. I simply used the foreign keys ability to update these. Same thing with Christine Day is who I've selected as the department liaison for accounting. Well, let's go back over to our department table. We're going to take accounting and we're going to change it from Christine Day, and we're going to select Henry Bryce. We'll save that. Now when we come back to our contact manager, we'll search all customers. And the two that had a liaison set now have Henri as their liaison. So that is really cool functionality that we have been missing for years. And to be able to set this up is very, very simple. So now I'm going to show you how this was done. So we're going to go into a blueprint. And I've already got one that I've used to set all this up. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my lookup tables, and I'm going to find the department table. And here, all I did was simply add a liaison name that is validated against customer internal. Validate from customer internal to get their name. I did not have to do anything here for foreign keys because I'm actually doing the foreign keys from the customer record. So let's go look at the customer record and see how that's done. So on our customer internal object, We'll edit the form. And so I looked at the department, and I did make department not read-only for this demonstration. Out of the box, it is a read-only field that only the system can update. But here under my validation, and this is important, you do need to do your validation. In this case, I said department. We're going to validate from the department table. We're going to get the department name, validations enforced, and then we check to store the foreign key. This way, when we populate a department, we have a foreign key that's also being populated so that when the department name changes, we've still got the same rec ID there in that foreign key, and we know that we need to update anywhere else that we're linked through our join table. Now, in some cases, you might need to have a special relationship, in which case you would be able to create one if there are like multiple legal values for the field. In this case, we don't have too many duplicates, so we don't have to worry about that. We did the same thing with our department liaison. We took the field, we have the validation against the department table, enforce validation, and we're auto-populating when the department name changes. We are pulling in the liaison name, and then we have our foreign key. So just checking the box and having validation in this case was adequate. Now, one other thing that you can do, for example, is you might have a relationship from customer to the department table, and you can set the foreign key relationship against the relationship instead. Now, I'm not going to do that in this example, but I'll show you where you would do that. So we're just going to do customer links to status, any relationship that you could do this on. Here in the database section, normally out of the box we use blueprint defaults for foreign key. Well, that says, if I've got the foreign key against the field, then use that. But I could uncheck that, and then I could say create a key for the relationship. And then I could enforce it or not. And once it's enforcing, I could then say do a cascading update and or cascading delete. If I delete the key out of the department table, then delete it off all the records that have it. So anyhow, this is a brief overview. Feel free to play around with this in your own demo systems. Read up on it in the Cherwell Help Forum. And, as always, if you have questions, you can post those in our channel, and we will respond and or create videos for you. Speaking of, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do produce these videos on a regular basis. So if you have questions, then, as we post new things, you'll see those pop up in the feed. Thank you.